Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
Oh, here we go again. Another Jeffrey Goldberg piece in The Atlantic being questioned because he painted Abrego Garcia as a law-abiding family man just swept up in the Trump deportation raids. He's so evil, Donald Trump. Oh, my God, somebody stop that guy. This, of course, ignores his arrest in March 12th of 2025 based on the 2019 immigration judge's ruling. That's right. Judge's ruling identified him as an active member of MS-13, a flight risk, and a community danger. Even court filings reveal his deportation to El Salvador was intentional, justified by gang ties and a final removal order, which obliterates the narrative of an administrative error. And this follows Goldberg's history of lies and exaggerations in The Atlantic.
Number 6.
A federal judge, which one in the state of Alabama, Myron Thompson, struck down Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall's threats to prosecute abortion funders inside the state of Alabama. And he says basically this: if you're assisting people who are leaving the state to get abortion, then Alabama law says you could be prosecuted. This judge says, no, you can't do that. Okay, you cannot do this. They have stopped him. Will they appeal this? I don't even think they need to appeal this, but Steve Marshall may appeal this. He made some statements in 2023 that brought all this about. There have been no prosecutions. Okay, so it doesn't really seem like this is something we even need to focus on. Abortion is completely banned in Alabama. That's the W here.
Number 5.
An overtime tax battle continues with House Minority Leader Anthony Daniels, a Democrat out of Huntsville, still pushing for Alabama's overtime tax exemption to become permanent. Argument rewards hard work and fuels economic growth with bipartisan support, including from the Alabama Policy Institute. Despite its cost ballooning from an estimated $40 million to $240 million annually. State Senator Arthur Orr, Republican out of Decatur, cautions against locking in such a costly tax cut amid economic uncertainty, favoring broader relief like the recently passed in the House grocery tax reductions, leaving the bill's fate uncertain as the 2025 legislative session nears its end. Let's put it that way, with competing tax priorities in play.
Number 4.
The proposed comprehensive gambling bill has a bit of an uphill battle taking place, again, with State Senator Arthur Orr, a long-term opponent of gambling bills, calling out the greedy gaming interests for overloading the Senate proposal with casinos, sports betting, and bingo protection. He referenced a Christmas tree effect, where too many people want too many things, and that causes, I guess, the Christmas tree to overturn. State Senator Greg Albritton is still struggling to secure the 21 votes needed to even introduce it, with Orr advocating for a simple lottery-first bill, letting Alabamians vote separately on each gambling facet. But this has never been favored by all the interest mentioned above that want everything all at once right now.
Number 3.
United States Senator Tommy Tuberville and Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa have introduced the Judicial Relief Clarification Act of 2025. They didn't even come up with a nice acronym or something for it. To counter what he calls, quote, woke activist judges, end quote, thwarting President Trump's policies, pointing out that 77 million plus voters voted for Trump and backed his vision, not judicial agendas. And he proposes to limit courts to specific rulings rather than broad injunctions. There have been over 130 lawsuits, 40 plus federal judge rulings against Trump's executive orders, from birthright citizenships to deportations to firings of federal employees, forcing the administration to hope that the U.S. Supreme Court will offer swift reversals, which would not be necessary if they were able to rein in the lower courts.
Number 2.
Tariffs are here, and listen, Tommy Tuberville has some thoughts on that as well. He praised President Donald Trump's tariff strategy with Liberation Day upon us, claiming it's a justified response to countries that have drained American jobs and wealth, asserting that nations like China and the Middle East and Europe owe the United States for past aid and their economies. Trump is planning a Rose Garden ceremony today where they will invite a bunch of dignitaries and they will explain exactly what this is going to look like. Particulars of reciprocal tariffs will be unleashed. Tuberville says, hey, look, it's going to be like 20% tariffs on most imports. Quote, it's going to be a slow process. There's going to be some pain before gain, but we've got to do it. So it looks like Senator Tuberville is on board.
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
In elections held yesterday, Republicans took the L. I mean, there's really very little that is good here. I will close with one bright spot here in just a moment. But Democrats can definitely claim victory. Okay? It's just that simple. There's really no other way to look at this. Wisconsin voters delivered a significant victory to Democrats by electing Susan Crawford to the state Supreme Court, the most expensive election for a state Supreme Court seat in history, with Elon Musk putting in like $20 million. They'll maintain their 4-3 liberal majority. They will redraw those courts. That will cause problems for congressional redistricting. It'll be interesting to see if Republicans are able to use the courts in the same way Democrats use the courts. It'll be interesting. But anyway, big L for Elon Musk, big L for Donald Trump, big L for conservatives. In Florida, Republicans did better, not good. Jimmy Patronis and Randy Fine won 2 House seats in traditionally strong Republican districts, but their margins were narrower than expected, signaling potential vulnerabilities in the party in the upcoming midterms. Now, again, special elections, Democrats are very psyched. Maybe you don't get as lackadaisical Republicans in the future in like the midterms, maybe. But what it shows is Democrats are fired up. So that's a real problem. The only real bright spot was a Wisconsin voter ID win. The only bright spot for Republicans is that win. And I'll tell you, that's a good one. But might have been better before this very important election in Wisconsin, but it is what it is. So it goes to show you that Republican ideas are actually pretty popular. It's winning these special elections that they have a serious problem. It might be worth noting, Republicans are not good at special elections. Democrats are very, very, very good at special elections. So big L for Republicans, big W for Democrats. That's the story of that election. Anyone telling you that this was like a mixed bag is wrong. Okay? Let's take a quick time out. We'll get to more of this. You can get your thoughts in here. 866-494-WVNN. ScoutPestControl.com, WVNN. Hot take text line, or let your free speech fly. Same number, 866-494-WVNN.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to YellowHammerNews.com and sign up today.